Now, U.S. research shows that nearly 20% of COVID-19 patients develop mental health issues within 3 months of diagnosis. These include anxiety, dementia, and depression. To talk about this, we're joined by psychologist Dr. Saths Cooper, who joins us now via Skype. Doctor, thank you so much for making time. I think it's fair to say mental health is becoming a crisis, and the sad part is not everyone knows when they suffer from mental health, and some who know don't have access to treatment. Is that why it's becoming a silent killer in the pandemic?
Well, that, as well as the fact that mental health has not been given priority in our life. We tend to look at the physical issues and then ignore the psychological, the mental health factors that impact on us. Your earlier clips on the economic situation and where our country is going adds to a sense of hopelessness, compounded by the COVID pandemic. There's a pervading sense of lack of hope. And I think for the majority of our people, we've had a declining lack of hope in our society, and these have been exacerbated. That kind of symptom has been exacerbated by simply the lack of basic necessities, the lack of a decent meal a day, which the majority of our people confront, and the recent unrest that we've seen last month has added to that sense of lack of hope. And linked to that is the inability to connect with systems in our country. When we have a society really deteriorating, we have the inability by government to take control of situations. We have a high joblessness, the lack of basic food and other necessities. You tend to lose interest in things around you. You will have emotions that will jump up and down, and all sorts of anxiety can develop. So besides what you've mentioned that studies are showing under COVID, ours is exacerbated by the lack of socioeconomic amenities for the majority of our people, and plainly the lack of caring from those in leadership.
So how do we manage it then, Doctor? Because those socioeconomic challenges, those have been a reality for many South Africans for years now. Probably going to continue being a reality. You've spoken about some in leadership that simply don't care. That's been a reality in this country. And you can't really guarantee that things are going to change in the short or medium term. So what do we do? How do we manage and keep ourselves in good mental state?
Well, when you don't have the basic amenities, it's a big ask. However, to remain connected with loved ones, with those around you who share similar issues, so that you can understand that you're not alone in this, and to continue to remain related to your friends, your family, the close ones around you. That's about what you can do under the circumstances, because you're creating the necessary supports for yourself rather than implode upon yourself, rather than go into yourself and think that the world is too bad out there and I may as well give up and allow things to happen to me. So that sense of agency, that ability to act and do something is vital. So if one confronts depression and the anxieties, the hopeless outlook out there, the ability to link with others and to think that you can make a change, you can do something about it, whether it is a peaceful protest, whether it is talking about it amongst those around you and sharing the thoughts that intrude all the time, that life is getting worse. And when you're experiencing fatigue, when you're experiencing huge appetite change, or too little, as I pointed out, there's not enough food to go around, but also oversleeping or undersleeping, and then having thoughts that, well, life is not worth it. That hopeless outlook is one that we need to penetrate, and penetrate very fast. So I'm pleased that eNCA is locating this frontally so that people can realize help is available. There are phone-in lines. They are almost free, most of them. There are child lines, lifelines. There's the SADAG, Depression and Anxiety Group. All of those are free services, and people should call in. Often you can get services in local other languages as well, besides English and Afrikaans.
Yeah, Doctor, thank you so much for making time. Really appreciate you coming through to talk to us about this delicate subject. Dr. Saths Cooper there, chatting to us about COVID-19 and the link to mental health. And we need to start having more conversations, right, about mental health, because that way we are breaking the stigma. But through those conversations, people get to know, right, understand more about the illness and understand more about where they can get help, right, how they can access help to manage mental health challenges. I'll be